저번 실소리밖에 몰라요. 아우디 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 딱 몰라 딱 몰라.
I promise.
I love you. I love you. 사랑해. 고마워. 아이스크림 아이스크림 냠냠 아이스크림 아이스크림 냠냠 아이스크림 아이스크림 냠냠 아이스크림 아이스크림 냠냠 아이스크림 아이스크림 냠냠. 맛없어 매워. 아이스크림 아이스크림 냠냠. Thank you.
Not gonna be a thing, guys.
Bright. 오 좋아하죠. Bright 엄청 유명하죠. 메타윈 배우님 와 하트 눈당 뿅.
Not every day. I'm not gonna watch her every day. It's not gonna happen where I randomly right before I live stream. It's not gonna happen.
Thank you for rose. Thank you for rose. 꽤 시끄럽다 혼나는 거 아니야? 걔 맨날 혼내요. 아빠 맨날 혼내고.
She was so on fire this morning. She got so angry at somebody. Just like some Korean said something to her, and she was like, "Excuse me?" I just spit. I got too excited. That's what she did too. I think I wasn't really watching. I was just like brushing my teeth. But she, yeah, she goes, "Oh, well, I'm Korean." She's just, "Who are you with that mouth to say that thing to me? You don't know who I am." And then she goes right back to, "So I was watching this movie," and like she's like super ADHD. But it's not gonna happen, guys. I'm not gonna be watching that every day. Nope, not at all. You know who I love though? Who I absolutely am infatuated with. I recorded a little bit of her this morning. Oh, I love her. Oh man, there's like, if I was single and she wasn't on TikTok, probably. This girl right here. Oh my god.
レミさんコラボもっとした方がいいよ。TikTok だと顔売るならね、いやもう結構コラボしてるね。今日はなんか
There's a style of face that I like, and she's got it. Like there's something about just like this calm that comes over me. Like I love watching her talk. I like listening to what she has to say. I wasn't married. What am I talking about? She's just an idol to me. Doesn't matter. It's like Asaka Yui back in the day. No, she's just like, it's like, oh, I just get relaxed. That other girl, the Chung Hana girl, just good tension. It's like, ugh, I like it. Like, oh, I was angry. But no, maybe is this one. Oh, she's just, she does this thing where she's like, she's doing this like slow motion thing. And she makes these facial expressions that I just, they're so just, I can't explain the type of face that I like. It's never, I would say, your traditional pretty face. You know, though she's pretty. I like a slight imperfect. You know what I mean? Like a wabi-sabi. You know what wabi-sabi is? It's like the beauty of imperfection. It's a Japanese like design philosophy called wabi-sabi, I think, if I'm remembering it correctly. Give me a second. Calm down. I got a package. I've been using these timers. This timer. I'm not gonna flip it because then it'll start timing. This thing right here. Oh shit. See, I told you. And I did it anyway. But it only has certain times, so I bought another set of cubes. Oh wow, they just put it like in a Ziploc. It's like in a Ziploc bag. Oh man, I wasn't queued up with any more music. I didn't have that smooth transition into Adolin Paik. That's what I do. This is what I do every morning, right here. All right, let's open this thing up. Christmas getting close, guys. My favorite pagan holiday. I wonder if the gift giving was pagan as well. Like, where did that part of it come from? Also, was it? You think if pagans were alive today, they'd be like, "What are these fake trees, man? Pagan is we're supposed to celebrate living trees, bro." Oh, there's no batteries in this to start. Lame. But here's my new. So now I have a 30-minute timer, which I didn't have before. Also, a 60-minute timer is gonna be nice. But basically, what it is you just flip it with whatever's up on top. It'll start counting down from that. It's really nice. Really, really a cool concept for a timer. The thing about timers for me is like if they're too hard to set, like I could just say, you know, Siri, you know, and or Alexa, but I don't know. There's something about this physical timer that I really like, you know. Here's my other one. So it's 10, 5, 3, and 1 minute, which is nice. Now I've got a whole complement of cubes here. Wait, what is this? Did they include? I was like, they included a sticker for their cube? Like, who cares about that? No, it's just some sort of like inspected by so-and-so. Okay, 006. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. Appreciate your work, 006. You're the best. Best inspector of cubes in China. Pew, pew, and pew. So, I've been running these streaks. Yesterday I completed all of them. There's this app literally called Streaks that I've been running. It's been going good. It's actually made me productive again. I go through periods of not being productive. And the challenge for me is every time I get productive again, it's because of a new way of being productive. Like I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, like, I have to have a new method to be productive every time. Like, I can't replicate the previous productive cycle using the same methods because it needs to be novel. You know, this is a huge issue, and I assume it. I want to be careful not to get into the trap to say that I'm ADHD and that's why this and that's why that, and then to start believing that ADHD is a reason for things, therefore this, therefore that. But it's happening, you know, like it's easier as well. I guess it's good to know. Like, let's say that ADHD is a thing. Let's say that it really is. That people have attention deficit disorder or hyper focusing or whatever it's called. So let's say I have that. Okay, knowing that's good if that's an actual thing, right? If they've identified something. And the more I talk to my wife, the more I think I must have it. And the more even, yeah, the fact that it seems that I whistle at inappropriate times and I don't realize it is probably some sort of like self-soothing thing where if I'm not talking, I have to whistle or something like that. Like I've recently noticed this. My daughter points this out now that she's living with us temporarily. Like she's pointing these out and it's like, oh. And I hate it, to be fair, and it depresses me. It makes me think like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna shut up and never gonna talk again. You know, luckily I have these live streams where you guys can't tell me to shut up. Because I just block you. Anyway, back to my main point, which is if I recognize that, okay, forget the name that it's been given, ADHD, right? If I'm aware of it, maybe I can just push through it, right? I can say, okay, I know that if I don't have this, you know, this novel app, wrong app, same color. If I don't have this novel app, you know, every time, it's not going to work. But knowing that that's the problem, I'm just going to ignore that and do it anyway. I'm going to just make sure that I discipline myself to do the streaks. That's I think that's all I can do, because in my productive cycles, I make amazingly good things. I make really good things. If I could just keep that productivity up, I would be better. So, is this my new novel thing? I don't know. Glaceon, to answer your question, yesterday the guy that called me on the work stream over on the George Trombley channel, I called him. It was Colton, yeah. Colton. I did listen to the Quran again. I think I'm halfway through that first chapter, or maybe more than halfway through the first chapter. And I gotta say, I hate it. I really hate it. It's worse than the Bible. Holy shit, is it bad? Sorry, I hate. You know what's good about? I still don't know what the name of the religion is. Islam or Muslimism? What is it called? Muslim? The Quran people. When people are talking about the Quran, it's amazing. I love the people that talk about the Quran. It's so good. It's like God is within you, and then the whole intro to the Quran, right? There was an intro to the Quran in the audiobook, and it was good. It was like, the Quran is written in fragments so that you can use it at any time. It's not meant to be this coherent story. I'm like, that's a great explanation. And the thing is, when you think about Muslims or Islam, can you just tell me what followers or Muslims? It's Islam. Okay. So Islam, when you think about Islam, I promise you, I think I said this yesterday or the other day, but the guy's like, in this very nice voice, it's like, it is not a religion of war or jihad. In fact, when Muhammad received the word of the Lord, it was over a period of 23 years, and only 3 of those years had war. And the times in the Quran when war is discussed, it was specifically to protect oneself against attack during that time. Like, that's a great explanation. That explains a lot. And then right in that first chapter, there's a section right in that, you must strike down the non-believers. Okay. Kill people who don't believe. Strike them down. Destroy them. What a great religion. By the way, just like the Bible. It's just as violent as the Bible, as far as I can tell. And the God of Islam, to me, sounds just as pompous. Like, you must like me. If you don't like me, you're not gonna. Only I can save you. It's like, you know what? I don't give a shit how narcissist you're gonna be. That's how it sounds to me. And I swear, even after I felt that, I kept listening. I was like, it's gotta get better. It's gotta get better. There's a line or two where it's like, okay, all right, no. Like, there's a line. Like, after all of that, he'll say, the whoever's reading will say something like, it's weird. You know what's weird? This is the thing I didn't know, first of all. Islam, the Quran is written, that's the final of the Abrahamic religions, right? So I guess it goes Jewish, Christianity, and then the Muslims come in, right? So what's interesting about Islam is they refer back, at least unless I'm still in the introduction and it's not actually the book, I don't know. I don't know, because it seems like it's the first chapter, right? But it doesn't start with the beginning and the end and all that. Like, it doesn't start like a Genesis chapter. So I don't know. I'm going to keep listening. I don't know. I'm still forming my opinion. My current opinion is blah. But what's interesting to me is that they talk about Christianity and they talk about the Jews and they do comparison. And they're still talking about Gabriel and like they have all of the same like lore, which I didn't realize it was going to be that similar. And they talk about, what did they talk about? Moses was in here. They talked about Moses in this particular first chapter. So I don't know. I hate it. I do not like it. You were wrong that I would love it if I listened to it and then I would understand. I don't understand why people believe this shit. And I mean every shit in every religion. And I will say this. I am not smart enough to debate religion. There is so much complexity to religion. I was talking to my friend Sarah about Christianity yesterday or the other day. And oh my God, am I woefully ignorant as to all of the details. Sarah knows names and places and this year and that year and the Muslims believe this and she knows way too much about religion. I'm just like a normal guy who does not have enough time in my life to like research all of this, which only strengthens my hate of religion, because if there was a God where the only way you could go to a heaven, to a life of bliss, would be simply just believe in him, why would it be this complicated? Well, it's the devil. It's the devil. Huh. Why is there a devil? Although, please, by the way, I don't need any of these. I don't need the answers. Here's the stupid thing. even though I'm talking about it and I know I have a punchable face when I talk about this and I'm sorry, I don't care. I don't care about the answers. I have like 4 or 5 videos queued up as to the scientific proof, the proof that God exists. And the whole time that Sarah's telling me all of this, I'm thinking, I bet the Muslims have the exact same proof. I bet they've also figured out how to prove their religion scientifically. And I bet the Jews have the same thing. We have proven through scientific tests that the menorah does burn 8 days in a row, or whatever their miracle was, something to do with some, apparently, again, I'm ignorant and a punchable face. Apparently, Judaism is based on a candle that burned for 8 days. I mean, who's to say, right? I mean, you got Jehovah's Witness over here. You got, well, I don't know what they formed it on. You can't have blood transfusions or something. And then over here with the Mormons, you're like, gold plates I found in a magic hat and underwear, and you die and you get a planet. Okay, could all be true, because I have no clue, guys. I just don't know. I don't know. And that's where it ends. I don't know, but more importantly, I really don't care anymore. I really don't care anymore. I feel like probably the best solution for me is, because I've said this about other people. I've said this about, like, let's talk about life just for a second. If there are shitty people in your life that don't love you, that don't give you maybe the respect that you would like, regardless of if you deserve it or not, right? Because certainly there are people that like me more than I deserve. Those people exist. Why can't I just be with those people the whole time? There's enough of them on the planet. I mean, if you do a simple math problem and just divide the earth by 1 million, just cut the population into a million segments, certainly one of those segments likes you. And that's more people than you could meet in your entire life, right? So why would I want to spend my time with people that are delusional about religion? That they might be right, but they don't match my delusion. Does that make sense? I would rather match, at least so we can debate on more important things. Weirdly, I'm not thinking that religion is important. It's not an important debate for me. And I keep bringing it on. It's my fault. I keep inviting the discussion when I really don't want to have the discussion. I wrote a super long letter to my mother because I'm getting ready to see her. And my wife says I shouldn't have sent it. But I was like, hey, here's my history. And I gave my whole history. And I tried to keep it. My main message was, I really don't want to talk about religion when we go. I don't want to be indoctrinated into God. I don't care. I would rather burn in hell for eternity than talk about religion. And I say that confidently, knowing one thing. Here's what I think. There might be a God, but I sure as hell don't think there's a hell. I don't think that exists. I believe in a God more than I believe in a devil, because that just seems like the most bullshit. Keep you in line with the devil, you know? So far, I'm reluctantly continuing listening to the Quran, but I don't know how long I can handle it, because whenever God says, only I am the one, he sounds like Darth Vader. I swear to God, I just realized it. I am the only one who can love you the way that I do. Nobody loves you like me. Only I can give you salvation. Those of you that fake belief, I can see that you say one thing and you do another. I am all-knowing Santa Claus. Just like, oh. You got to go through it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I can't, Melody. Oh, sorry, Melody. Melanie was right above you. Moad, I can't, bro. It's already ruined it. Let me ask you this, Moad. If we met, and I said, look, you got to know me for a year to really appreciate me as a human being, but the first thing I did was punched you in the face. Hey, buddy. I said you got to go through the whole thing. You got to go through a year before you get to know me. But you punched me in the face. You just said that if you're not a believer, you're going to burn forever and I should strike you down. Well, you can't force belief. You can't force belief, guys. You can't. Just like you can't force I guess you can force a confession. You could force a fake confession. I think if I grew up with the Quran, I would be Muslim, 100%. And I would believe the shit out of it. Would. Because it's indoctrinating. And my friend Sarah said she was going to homeschool her kid, and that was my biggest, like, I was like, oh, so you can indoctrinate him. She's like, well, I don't want my kid to be indoctrinated. Well, you're literally, she literally said, I want to indoctrinate them with my own stuff. I'm like, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Look, I did it with my daughters. They don't believe in God because of me. I indoctrinated the shit out of them. But thank God they don't believe in religion, because that would suck. I'm glad they're so fervently against it. Would you expect God to speak like a regular human? I would expect God to not sound like a piece of shit. That's what I would expect. He sounds so narcissistic, Moad. If we are created in the form of God, what form did he choose? Donald Trump? He sounds bad. He doesn't sound nice. He sounds like if I hung out with him at dinner, I would not enjoy the conversation. You know? I expect God to be compassionate and care and say, look, we all make mistakes. And also, what is it with this original sin shit? I thought about this in the car as I was listening to the Quran, because apparently even Adam and Eve is in that book as well. So you create two beings, right? You put them in a garden, and you put one tree that they're not allowed to eat from. Why? Why? What a piece of shit thing to do. It's like, honey, I would never do that to my daughter. Here's a room full of toys. Do whatever you want, but not this one toy. And if you touch this one toy, I will never love you ever again, and I will kick you out of this thing. Okay, I'll kick you out of your toy room. And then you get a little bit older, right? Listen. I'm gonna send my brother in. My brother, your uncle's coming over. Kill him on the cross. You kill him. And then I'm gonna forgive you. He's gonna take the brunt of it. You're still gonna have that fucking sin though. You can never get rid of it. The sins of your father are your sins. I never ate that apple. I probably would have though, because it looked delicious. Or was it a tomato? I don't know. I don't say, like, that seems like the most, let's just start from the very beginning. That seems dumb. Like I said, I don't have enough. You watch guys like Sam Harris or these guys that can talk about the Bible and the verses, and they can destroy the Bible just using the Bible. I'm sure they could destroy the Quran in the exact same way, because I'm sure it's just as mishmash of information. I'm sure it is. I haven't listened to enough of it to know. And also, I probably won't remember the parts that I've already heard when I get to the end part to go, wait a minute. Because I have a shit memory. I really do. I have a shit memory. Glacian says, trigger George Starter Pack, religion, Donald Trump, intransitive verbs, and pitch accent. So true, buddy. So true. The tree represents the evil and imperfect. Cool. Also, here's my other point. Another thing I thought about. The word of God of any of these religions should not have to be explained or made excuses for by anybody, which is exactly what they did in the beginning of the Quran. Exactly what they did. But then the Quran itself, the words of the Quran itself, destroyed what that person said when I listened to it. I was like, oh, right away it doesn't sound like a peaceful religion to me. Why is it? Let me ask you this, Moad. Why do we need to strike down non-believers when they're going to go to hell anyway? Why must humans strike them down? That doesn't seem to make any sense. If I were God and that was my condition, it would be, do not strike down the non-believers. For once in their life, they might find the truth and believe in me. We must give them time, as each person has their own time event, their own time horizon. That's what I would say, right? You striking them down is still a crime against my creation. You are not the judge. I am the sole and only judge of all that is holy in this universe. That's what my rule would be. Yeah, I'm not God, but doesn't that seem like the fair way to go? Why must you kill on my behalf because they didn't believe? They'll never ever get a chance to believe. And by the way, God would already know that they weren't going to be a believer the time they were born because he is all knowing. But we got free will. Yeah, but then why are you going to kill him then? If I've got free will, I might one day believe. Even me right now, I might one day believe the Quran. It might happen. As I get older and my mental faculties start to fade as they will, I might start losing my mind. And believe when I get desperate and want salvation. And according to the Quran, though, that won't be enough. Because that won't be enough. According to what I've heard. But I don't know. Look, I've probably scratched like 0.03% of what the Quran has to offer. Okay. So this is my first impression, my overall understanding. It still seems just as, after this, I probably should read L. Ron Hubbard and learn about Scientology. I really should. I should read the Book of Mormon. Honestly, I should. Let me hear what I'm fascinated. I don't like religion. I'm fascinated in what people will believe, the shit they will believe. I mean, I heard Joe Rogan on TikTok this morning saying it's just crazy, man. Like, how do you think Biden is like, he's like, these people defend him, they defend him, but like did you already said the other day, he said that the reason why we didn't win the Civil War was because there wasn't enough airports. Like, this guy is just Looney Tunes. Like, it's just crazy, right? And then the producer of the show a few minutes later is like, actually, here's the clip. And it's Joe Biden saying about Donald Trump that Donald Trump said it. He literally was just quoting Donald Trump. And then they cut to the clip of Donald Trump saying that crazy thing. And then Joe Rogan goes, well, he messed up his words. And that's how humans work. Whatever we believe is the thing that we will support, and we will find our confirmation bias for, and we will lessen the mistakes of our own beliefs, and we will enhance the mistakes of the beliefs that are not our own. If we talk about pitch accent, for example, I'm going to talk shit about pitch accent all day because it's my belief, right? And I'm gonna anything that was said by the pitch accent people, I'm gonna talk shit about them. I'm gonna find every flaw I can. I'm gonna shit on them, even though I have more flaws than them, most likely as a human being. And if I ever was facing against myself, I would be destroyed because I know all my flaws. I know all of the things that I believe. I know all my inconsistencies, but I'm not man enough to admit them. I'm not man enough to admit them, and no one. And that's that's the original sin right there. Is that we as human beings confirmation bias everything. Moad, you will never, ever see my point of view on religion. It will never happen. And I will never see your point of view. I might, and you might. There's always outliers in this planet. There are people that have come away from religion, But when I talked to Sarah, who's very intelligent, by the way, and I now believe actually did study a bunch of religions and still came up with her own religion. When I talk to Sarah, I don't study her at all. I realized that she's either completely right, like completely right. She could be completely right. She's completely gone down that rabbit hole, and there's no way. My arms don't reach long enough down that hole to even. She's so far down that hole that when she looks up, she just sees dark sky. So she wouldn't see my arms reaching down. She wouldn't see any of the logic that I might bring her way. She's lost forever. If she's truly lost, she might not be lost. I don't know. I'm in the same. I'm in another tunnel, the other way. The other direction where I can't see the truth if it existed. Do you understand that, Moad? Even if you are right and Allah is God and the Quran is his holy word, I will never see it. You understand? Even these words that I'm saying right now are super. can't think of the word. I'm sorry. God is struck in the word from my brain. Hypocritical. They're super hypocritical. It's weird that I seem to be acknowledging that I don't know, right? I seem to be acknowledging that I'm too far away to be saved. And although I don't want to admit it because it seems very close-minded. I don't want to know the truth of God because I don't believe it. Do you understand? I want my confirmation bias that God doesn't exist. Does that make sense? Because God isn't presenting in the way that I think he should present. Do you see what I'm saying? I think he should present in my version of what that God would be. That's all I'm saying. It's not about religion, it's about morality. I have morals all up and down, Callistos. I have tons of morals, just like you do. But you know where I get my morals from? I don't get my morals from a book. I get them because I'm empathetic to the other person. I'm empathetic. Why don't I kill somebody? Because I think it would be very sad to kill someone's father, brother, sister, son, mother, whatever. Whatever their role is in that person's life, that's why I don't kill them. Why didn't I kill myself in 2012 when I thought about it, when I had those thoughts in my head? Because I didn't think it would be cool that my daughters lost a dad. I thought it would be so sad for them. I had empathy for them is why I didn't do it. Why don't I steal? Because I've been stolen from before and I know how bad that feels. I don't do things I do unto others, okay? I don't do things to other people because I don't want it done to me. Not because it was in the 10 Commandments. I don't, and I never have gotten my morality from a book. Maybe I have. Maybe I've read some books and agreed. I don't know. Okay? That's where morals come from. If we reset the human race, eventually the only humans that would survive would be the ones that had morals, or else everyone would be dead. Imagine if all of the variety of people on this neighborhood that I live didn't have morals. All the houses would be burned down. Any transgression, the people next door, because they never take their trash out, I would have already burned their house down. I would have already done things to make them move because I hate the fact that they can't put their trash out on the right day. It's trivial, but I have empathy. I understand. The guy that bought that house, he's busy. I understand. I would understand. I forgot to put my trash out before. You know, I'm human. I understand. I understand he's just trying to make it in life. He bought the biggest house he could with the money he could, and he's overwhelmed. But you know what he's tried? Yeah, you know what? For the first year, that grass was always overgrown, and I hated it. And I wish they'd move out. And I feel like there was way too much marijuana smoke next door, you know? And maybe if I didn't have morals, that house just wouldn't be there. It'd be an empty field. But I have morals. It's not even about morals. It's I have empathy for other people. I have probably, and I say this because my daughters have told me, I'm too empathetic. I think too much about the bad people and what they did, and I feel bad for them. When a person murders his entire family, yeah, it's really bad that he murdered his entire family, but I'm like, God, that guy ruined his whole life. I think about that. I think, wow. Especially if like he's a guy that had things going for him. I'm like, wow, that guy, he lost it one day and murdered his entire family? Wow, he ruined his entire... Mostly I feel that way when I see young kids. Like young kids, those kids that mowed down that man on the bicycle. That's sad. That's sad. But I feel bad for them that they weren't raised in a way that taught them the value of life and they hadn't developed their empathy yet, perhaps. I don't know what. But I go, oh man, you know, well, that's where morals come from. Religions are very interesting, not gonna lie. I think all religions to me just teaches you how the human brain works. I think the world is complex. It's super complex and it's too much to take in. And we've got to organize it somehow. And we organize it like religion is the Tupperware of our brain. That's what it is. We have these belief systems just puts things in pockets. Like, you know, how crazy is it that babies die, or that anything tragic happens to someone that hasn't even done anything in their life, right? Whether death, maiming, this whole situation in Israel, this war. Why does that happen? What Tupperware can I put that in? God. God needed angels in heaven. Whatever Tupperware I have, I'm going to store that memory away, close the lid, and then I can try to live a little bit of a normal life. You know what I mean? My cat died. It's tragic for me. It's tragic. Tragic. Every time I see that picture that I printed, I want to cry, you know? But I know that one day, cat memory, I will see that cat in heaven. I have now saved my cat. Saved myself from a tragic memory. That's what belief systems do. Or what goes around comes around. Somebody hurts me and I have no ability to hurt them back, or no ability to get retribution, right? Nothing I can do, this feeling of hopelessness. They'll get what's coming to them. The Lord saw what they did. The being in the heavens will judge them on their death. They might live a great life now, but I know there will be retribution. That is another Tupperware that I can slam that emotion down into, shut the lid, and live again a normal life. When the probable reality is, the people that have no morals, the people that break the laws, the people that just do things, they just do good. They just, if they don't get caught, right? The only thing that might be good is they get caught. But let's say they don't get caught. That's the reality. You're probably not going to get caught, right? So they're going to benefit from that. That's the actual reality. It's sad, but that's probably the actual reality. But to accept that is just going to make your heart bleed every single day, and you're going to have all this anxiety, and it's not going to be good for you. So we deal with that by inventing shit. That's why people in jail who were totally fine killing people and raping and maiming and doing all those things, all of a sudden they're like, I found peace in God, because they found, number one, they're bored AF, and they realized their life is over, but yet they're gonna have to live in this hellhole, a jail. They're like, you mean you're gonna give me this Tupperware set and I can put all my memories in these things and my feelings and I can feel good about myself again? Welcome to Christianity. Well, thank you. Thank you, Christianity. Thank you, the Quran. Thank you. I don't know if do people become Jewish? Is that a thing? Can you become Jewish? Or is that a birth thing? I actually don't know. I've heard of people becoming Jewish, but I don't know if that's a joke. Eight-Bit Shop says, your mind is exactly in alignment with mine right now. That's the thing too, Bit Shop. It doesn't matter what way I say this, someone will agree. I could go the exact opposite direction. I could be like, the thing is, God is this, God is that, and I could be just like my father is, or mother is, or Sarah is, and I could give you all the reasons why God is, or I could be Moad, and I could say this is why the Quran, and there will be enough people, trust me, there's enough people that would believe me and confirm my bias. It doesn't matter what I say. I could say this cube is God, and somebody, I swear, would believe you. They'd believe me. They'd be like, it's true. That cube saved my life. Are my chakras in alignment? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Please don't judge me on this. I ask. I beg your forgiveness. This is just my one. You have to understand. This opinion is not just out of my ass. It's all the information I've gotten in my life. It's just the unique position that I hold for me, right? You might feel the same way and you might not, but that doesn't mean you need to strike me down. Do you understand? I don't need to be struck down. If your God is so weak that a non-believer needs to be struck down by the humans, I feel like your God is, that just makes him weak. Like, why do you have to strike down non-believers? What does that do? Because all that would do is create fake believers that claim to believe so they don't get stricken down. You know what would be the happiest thing for me, Moad? The happiest thing for me is if my words somehow reached you and you took even a brief second and thought, maybe my beliefs could theoretically be bullshit. maybe I should open my mind to other possibilities. I don't see you reading atheist books. I'm sitting here listening to the Quran. I'm sitting here with a playlist of videos I'll probably watch later today while I'm working on how God is real in the Christianity faith, okay? Proof. DNA proof, apparently, of God, of Jesus Christ, right? How the Roman guards were knocked out and there was an earthquake after Jesus died, and all the proof of that. Some other videos how Christians destroy atheists or something like that. Are you doing that? Are you open to the possibility? I'm open, although the door is very tiny. I'm saying, like, I'm never gonna fit through that door. I might. Look, if the door is open a little bit, hey. But it's almost like when I was 16. I remember when I was 16, I had this one thought. I was making these paper airplanes. These really cool foldable paper airplanes. Aren't all paper airplanes foldable? Yes. But you fold this intricate thing to make this cool plane. It doesn't fly. It's just a spaceship. Anyway, I said this the other day as well, too. This isn't new information to some of you, but I actually prayed to God that I would never, because I believed in God back then. I was like, God, please make it so that I never don't want to make these paper airplanes. I love it so much that I want to always, and really what happened is I liked the concept of creating, right? I like to create things. So maybe God answered it in a more productive way. He's like, you know what? I'm going to keep you creating things. It won't be airplanes. Maybe I got my answer, right? I could justify it that way. But I feel like, I don't know where I was going with that paper airplane. I'm sorry. That was probably really disappointing to some people. So much like I wanted to always love those paper airplanes, I hope I never believe in God. I just don't want that burden, that weight on my soul. It won't lift weight off my soul. It'll mean I've got to add all this routine to me. What if religion, oh my God. What if religion is just a diagnosis of some sort of mental issue like my ADHD? I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic. It's very possible that a certain type of person believes in religion or things that are unverifiable because of some lack of a piece of DNA in their brain, some lack of a chemical that doesn't get pushed out properly. I'm not saying you're mentally ill. I'm saying I'm mentally ill. I think we all have something in our brain that makes us mentally ill. Yeah, what about all of the people that haven't heard of a certain religion? What then? I do believe, Glacion, there is, I know in the Bible itself, there's something about you have to have heard the word of the Lord before you can reject it. I think you're innocent. It's almost like if you've never like sent taxes to the IRS, they don't tax you because they don't, like, you're not in the system. Like, you're not in the system. I think that's a thing. You're not in the system. I'm glad that I wrote, I promise this isn't going to be my new thing as the title because it makes sense. Like, I don't want to talk about religion the whole time. I really was just talking about that Korean girl streaming with her. And I don't even have any coffee this morning. I got water. I should have went and got coffee. TB says, so God did you a solid with the aeroplanes and all you do is neg him. God judges your heart. Cool, Gavin. Cool. Then nothing matters, right? Just judges my heart. Doesn't matter what I say, it matters what I do, right? I've only broken a few of those 10 commandments. I think we're good, right? I mean, how could I not break the commandments? I have original sin. I'm a sinner. It's what I do. Like, I can't go to heaven unless I've sinned and asked for forgiveness. Grouchy because no coffee, blames God instead. I love you, TV. That's funny. Moad Art says, if the message didn't reach you, and you're not judged in this, you're not judged in the same way. There is a test in the afterlife for those who didn't receive the message. Alrighty, welcome to heaven. I'm just gonna go ahead and hand you this packet right here, sir. What's this? What's this? packet? Yeah, you're gonna be doing the Lord test. We're gonna see if you're worthy to go to heaven. Oh, but I see the heaven here. It's probably legit. I just gotta. Dear nearly departed, it's come to our attention that during your time on earth, you were not introduced to the word of our Lord, which, as you can see, if you look around the pearly gates and whatnot, is real. Please check, make sure you put a checkbox properly in the box that you agree with. There's 2 check boxes, yes or no. First question, do you believe in the Lord? Like this? Sir, congratulations, welcome to heaven. That's the test. Welcome to heaven. I'm sure it was said in a different language though. Not English. Just some other like. George's original sin was my haircut 6 years ago. Oh shit. I have a bad haircut 6 years ago. I have a bad haircut all the time. Melanie says, like when you're a kid, you think your parents can protect you from anything and everything. And then you become an adult and you find out this is the case. This isn't the case. Sorry, that heart is covering the NT. Yeah. Look, in the end, I don't care. Like the amount that I care is that I get passionate and I enjoy I enjoy my own passion of speaking about it. That's about it. I enjoy that. That's it. I like hearing my own voice. Why do you think I got my own headphones in? No, it's for the music. It is for the music. Because if I hit this button, that's the only way I can get my speakers to work, is I have to turn my mic off. So the moment I hit my mic on though, nothing comes out on my speakers. Therefore, if I want to hear my own voice, it's intoxicating, guys. Bastian says, "No, I'm messing with you, George. You know, I think you look better now than you did a few years ago. You wear that mature look well." Well, I agree. It's hard watching older videos, especially like my teeth aren't like perfectly straight now, but I did have braces for like 3 years, and I am going to do Invisalign once I got to go get my crown fixed. Like I'm sitting on a tooth that's just been shaved down, and because the crown kept coming off. And at first, like when the crown first came off, I was like, no, I can't eat all day. Oh no. Now I'm like, I've been going months eating on that. It's actually on the top. I've been eating on that one tooth that is like just a carved out notch. And I got retainers specifically for this, to keep this level of teeth, because they already shifted a little bit after the braces. Because I kept losing that crown, I stopped using my retainers and it started slipping more. Is a stupid circle of dumb. But now I gotta get a crown lengthening, which means they're gonna tear up my gums, and then they're gonna refit me, and it's gonna cost $600, and I don't really want to spend the money right now. I don't. Hang on now. Glaceon, you've been glazing hard for a while now. Glazing. That's probably what he's doing for sure. Callistos Cali says, do you know the culture or religion of the Japanese? Yeah, I do. I have an understanding of it. Japanese have a blend of Shinto and Shintoism and Buddhism, okay? So some things they do for death, some things they do for naming of your child, things for birth. Everything is this mix, okay? And they believe in like everything has a god in it, like Hotoke-sama. They believe in that. They believe in what goes around comes around type feng shui. They absolutely ton of feng shui, ton of superstition in Japanese psyche. That's just normal. You say it, but they're not intense about it. Here's the thing that's cool about Japanese people. No one is out there with a sign saying, if you urinate on a worm, a thief will visit you at night. If you whistle at night, a thief will come is actually a real one. And that urinate on a worm thing, I'm almost certain I've seen somewhere. I'm not even joking. But let's go with the one. If you whistle at night, a thief will come. That is one of the Japanese. But no one's out there, repent your sins and do not whistle. No one has that level of cult level thinking, okay, in Japan. Unless they, I'm sorry, this might not be true, but unless they become Christian. That's the only time I've ever seen very cultish activity in Koreans and Japanese tends to be Christianity. I've never seen, weirdly enough, I've never met a Muslim Japanese person or a Muslim Korean person. But the Christians, especially in Korea, are so culty. Oh, I hate it. Oh, man. When I meet a new Korean that I think is chill and I enjoy them, I ask them eventually, 하나님 믿어요? Do you believe in God? And they say no. I high five those guys. Thank you. Thank universe that I don't have to deal with that, because man, it's so shitty to be told that they're praying for you or that you should believe or all of that. Like, why don't you believe? It's like, it's as shitty as it is for those that do believe, hearing me talk about why I don't believe. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. Generally, I'm sorry that that bothers you so much. Japanese believe in cute girls. Sure. Did I meet any Moonies in Korea? You know, I don't even know what the Moonies are. I've heard that term said before. I don't know what that is. Actually, I guess you could say there's cult within politics in Korea as well, regardless of their actual religion. I'm glad you liked my thank universe. I say that actually in my real life as well. Thank universe. I say thank God ironically all the time. You know? And I have come to an understanding. Here's what I've come to an understanding. Is this people that say God, if I just think that's when they say God, it could be nebulous to mean like when I like, for example, when I say thank God, I mean thank all of the circumstances that came together to come to this outcome. That's what that means to me. Thank the heavens, thank the universe, thank God, thank all, because it's just too long to say thank all of the circumstances that randomly happened and all the people that happened to do this and the way the molecules of the air conspired around this one thing so that I could find my red cube, which I hadn't been able to find in the last month, but here it is. Thank universe, it wasn't stolen.
Possible things can hit you and make you forget who you are, how brave and how strong you are.
All right. Okay. How can we get out of this religious discussion and go back to? I mean, we'll lose most of the people because people love passionate discussion. That's fine. We'll probably drop down to like 8 viewers instead of the 14 we have now. People don't typically want to watch me speak about my cubes. We're joking about what would be a good religion, but I just think the sun is the religion. I mean, I got turned on to that concept from George Carlin, but the sun makes so much sense. It's there. I can point to it. It literally somehow magically warms my body. It keeps me alive. It helps plants grow. It literally, without the sun, plants can't grow. That seems like a magic power to me. Thus, how are there not more religions based on the sun? It seems crazy. Like there's local gods and it happens to be that star, the sun. That makes so much sense to me. I literally sleep on a cycle based on my god, the sun. You know, in the morning it wakes me up, and in the summer I can't go outside. It's too hot, right? Like the god is very powerful. It's super powerful. It can love and it can, like, is it possible that pagan religion and Christianity somehow is partially based on the sun? You know, I heard some theory at one point where the death of Jesus Christ and the rising 3 days later is like the summer equinox or something like that, where the sun does this thing where it's like 3 days where it's low and then it starts rising again. I heard some theory about that and I don't remember where that came from, but I have to check my cubes for lumps. Sir, you might have cancer? Sir, you noticed this lump in your chest? I did not until you mentioned it. Just thought that was normal. Sorry, if you have breast cancer, I hope you're laughing. Sorry about that. For the record, my father's wife died of breast cancer. Very sad. Most Japanese people observe some customers that Westerners would describe as religious. in origin, but which I think most Japanese people don't consider to be religious. No, it's all like habit, custom, and just to be safe type of superstitions. That's all it is. My wife is completely a bundle of superstitions with putting a yellow plant here will bring wealth. We have these Japanese plants. I don't know. They look like onions. I don't know what they are, but like apparently they're hard to grow, right? And we grow them really well, but they're kanemochi plants. So if you have them and they're doing well, like you're going to be rich. And I remember like Yukari would send pictures to her mother of them, and the mother would be like, wow, no, that explains a lot. Like why you guys are doing so well. Like, yeah, it's those plants. The plants have made us rich. If they do well, you're going to do well. It's fun. Japanese religion is fun. Am I going to do the news today? Let's do it. Let's get out of this. Actually, I got to get my... Here. We got to get the treadmill going. The treadmill of life. I saw some TikTok this morning about the difference between people who walk regularly or exercise regularly or weight train. They showed like a sedentary 70-year-old man versus a sedentary 70-year-old man, and then they compared him to a 35-year-old healthy person. And it was crazy how the sedentary 70-year-old man, the muscles had completely deteriorated, but the one that walked regularly or weightlifted or whatever, he looked great. So I'm happy that at least I'm doing that. So I'm only 50, but I do want to live healthy to the end. We can't. Hang on. I gotta move this thing. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. I was walking into the head of it too much. A religious news story, huh? It'll just be about people killing other people. You know that, right? It'll never be like the Catholic Church built 14 million homes for the homeless. The Baptist churches around the country have agreed on a doctrine of actually spending 79% of all of their income. All of the money that they make minus just the cost of like maintaining the ability to help people, is they're going to spend all their money actually helping people. No. That'd be a good news story. That ain't going to happen. You walk around your neighborhood, see how many beautiful churches there are, and know that no homeless people are living there. No one that needs help is there getting helped. All right, guys. Now, to be fair, my business partner, Justin, who is religious, I don't know if he's still doing it, but every year he goes to Mexico and builds homes. His church does that. That's a good religion. Actually help people? Preach, man. Preach. All right. Uno momento, peoples. I'm gonna get my... Oh my God, I have so many From Zero windows open. I was doing bug reports last night. Fixing things. All right. Let's open up. Pew! Yahoo Japan. There it is. All right. All right, we already... Okay. Click it. I saw kanji I didn't know, and I wasn't happy with it, but I'm gonna deal with it. Like that first two kanji, no clue, buddy. I can't even imagine what that is. It looks like nope, I don't even know what it looks like. Waribashi. The first part definitely not wari. So anyway, Oyuki, or Taisetsu apparently from the other day, Joho. So there's some sort of adjective, large snow information. I'm imagining because it's the news, it's negative. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what this is. Kencho, remarkable. Kencho na. Never heard of that. I need to stop saying that because that's literally, every time I don't know a word, that's what I say. Guys, I've never seen that. Kencho na Oyuki Joho. A striking information about the large snow that's happened. Tairiku de aitsugu. I forgot what aitsugu means. Sorry, it was kitariku. Sorry, kitariku de aitsugu. What? Okay, so that must be a fallen tree. A girl got an injury, but I don't know how to read that fallen tree kanji. Kitariku de aitsugu. It must be one after another. I think it was aitsugu. Continuing. Yes! Follow in succession. Aitsugu. Aitsugu. I remembered something. I'm very happy to hear that. Aitsugu. Yes. That means it's. I think that means that aitsugu is somewhere in the middle term memory there, and now maybe it's gonna start creeping its way back into that long term memory, or it just becomes part of my actual vocabulary. Aitsugu. Okay. Hokuriku de aitsugu. So these are things that are happening in one succession. So a tree falls on a girl, she gets hurt, you've got power outages, and you've got kinyu kikan stoppu, and then the financial services are stopped. So I'm gonna try to guess what that is. What is that red? That is fallen, right? Fallen tree? I don't know. Toboku. Okay. Toboku. Toboku de jose kega. A woman is injured. Teiden and kinyu kikan stoppu. Financial institutions or services. I said financial institutions and got it like, I love it when I get the first thing. So, all right. That's not a full story, but that's probably all we need to know. Excuse me. Economics. Okay, delivery pizza. Here we go. Takuhai pizza ten. Sorry, pizza. Delivery pizza shop. Hey, that same toll. Okay, that makes sense. For tollboku, it's tosan. Tosan, which means bankruptcy. Tosan ga baizou de kakko saita. So, delivery pizza stores, it's an increase in bankruptcy. Historically, the most ever. Genzairyo-hi no. I think I saw this earlier in another news story. But so it's the increasing cost of the to make the materials to make the ingredients, and shinkoku na hitode busoku ga eikyo, and also a shinkoku is like a disastrous. There's not enough people to work, so the cost of ingredients going up and not enough people to work. So I think that's genzairyo-hi. So genzairyo, raw materials, the cost of raw materials, and what was that? Taka something I thought. Koto. Damn it. That's what it was. Sharp rise in price. Koto. I saw this the other day on one of these news stories. Koto. I don't know how I'm going to remember that, though. I just don't know how I'm going to remember that. Koto. Shinkoku. I'm going to try to get... What's the first word that could mean? The first English word that'll pop for that. Shinkoku is... Dire. Serious. Okay. Hitode busoku, lack of manual labor. Yes. Shortage of workers. Hitode busoku ga eikyo. That's the effect. That explains a lot, actually. Corona something ni kyuseichou shita Takuhai Pizza ten. It actually is natural to think that they're closing because they increased during Corona, and now Corona's not around anymore, so people aren't delivering as many pizzas. They're not requesting as much, so it makes sense that they're closing down. It makes absolutely perfect sense. It's like, honestly, like during Corona, we were selling so many more books. I hired a bunch of people, and unfortunately, at the end of Corona, sales went back to normal, and even because of inflation, dipped beyond the normal of what it was pre-Corona. And I just couldn't keep the people around. Melanie's one of them. Melanie is an unfortunate victim of that whole circumstance because she got hired during that time as well. You know, I was really trying to say, hey, while we're doing well, let's just push the envelope. And it didn't work, unfortunately. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is what a waste. I forgot to put my workout. I'm only doing this workout to close my rings, and I didn't even do I've probably been walking now for a good 20 minutes. What a waste of my energy. All right. So Corona, I don't know what this is. Disaster. Wazawai? Corona Wazawai. Wazawai. I've heard Wazawai before. All right. Let's head on over to Chiebukuro. Let's see if we can't do. Is there a way to see like the most recent answered one out of any category? Without a category? Here we go. Q&A Ichiran. And then we'll do Kaiketsuzumi. Answered. And let's see. This is the Shitsumon Hiji no Atarashi Jun. All right, here we go. I just hit the first one. この写真の下に書いてあるのって今日キャンセルしても22日までは無料ってことですか? The thing written below this picture, does it mean that today is that if today is canceled, even if today is canceled, that it will be free until the 22nd? Is that what it means? (2024年1月22日によりご利用のプランはキャンセルされない限り But that means if you don't cancel if you don't cancel after the 22nd, Getsugaku, I guess, 2900年の通常プランの価格で更新されます. Your plan will be renewed at 2,900 yen monthly. It just means you're going to get billed again on the 22nd. That's all it means. It's not going to be free. It means hang on. Yeah, if you cancel today, cancelしても. Yeah, if you don't cancel by the 22nd, not that it'll be free, but you won't get billed, is what it means. 21日までですよね. Ah, okay. Oh, is that his question? Does he mean is today included? Is the 22nd included? All right, 21st apparently. I mean, that makes sense. You're going to get billed on the 22nd. That's what it says right here. From the 22nd. I think the Yori might be causing an issue for them. All right, what's the next thing? I already see a kanji I don't know here. 今、自分の something key, some sort of devil or spirit で、なぜこんなエラーが出てログインできません? Oh, so this is some sort of game or something. アップデートと言われても最新バージョンなのでアップデートが初めからできません。どうしたらいいでしょうか? So I don't know what this game is. Some sort of Mahjong devil game? Let's see what this is. That's what I get one of these random ones. You don't know what you're doing. Mahjong Soul. See, I knew it was Mahjong because of that first character. Mahjong Soul. Mahjong Soul. What's it actually called? What's it called in Japanese though? Anyway, it's called Mahjong Soul. Okay. It might be a Chinese game, according to that. Oh, let's see if Google can't.
Jantama.
Jantama. Okay. I'll go with that. That sounds like a name. So how come for some reason I'm getting this error and I cannot log in? Even if I'm told I have to update, because I have the most recent version, the update, I from the very beginning I can't even do an update. What should I do? 再インストールくらいしてから質問しなよ. Why don't you just reinstall before you ask a question, brah? That is the best answer. And he responds, 直ったわ, arigato. That fixed it, thanks. Oh, these are very fun. They're just quickies. Oh, you know what I like about these? I like these because they're very random, right? 通る場所に延長コードが来てしまうため足が引っかかってしまいます。でもどうしてもスマホが落ちるのは嫌で右側に置きたいです。ベッドの位置を変えるしか方法がありませんか？ベッドの位置は変えられません。The place that I walk by, the extension cord ends up coming out into that area, so my foot gets caught on it. But I really don't like it when my smartphone falls, so I want to put it on the right side. Is the only way I can fix this is by changing the position of my bed? I can't change the position of my bed. Hang on, let me try to figure this out. Okay, hang on. Do I have to? Okay. So we got our Encho Kodo here. I see. Well, Well, he has to put one of those mat things here. He can't just. So this is the plug, this is the bed, and this is the wall. Okay, alternatively too, he could get an electrician to come in and put a plug in over here. But let's say he doesn't do that. What I would do is oh, here's the entrance. Oh, there's an entrance to the house here. Yeah, I would definitely run it to underneath the bed here and put one of those plastic rubbery things where you throw the cord in. That's about all you can do. Or I would throw a thick, kind of thickish carpet right here on top over the cord. That's what I would do. That's the only way you can really go about it. You don't have to move the bed. Let's see the answer. 配線カバーを使い、壁か床に貼り付けてみては。Yeah, get a cover. Yeah, and then why don't you paste it to the wall or to the floor? Kind of what I said, right? Yep, wiring cover, perfect. コードの上にカーペットなど敷いて隠してしまうのは良いかもしれません。It also might be good if you hide it by, oh my god, putting a carpet on top. Well, this guy didn't think of this on his own, huh? 部屋の構造や見た目などを考えて組み合わせても良いでしょう。And it might be also good to look at the design and of your room and think about it as well. Good answer. Oh, I kind of like this method of going through random things. It's kind of fun. Gets me out of my little shell of always looking at relationship related things. 2024年の新札発行と同時に貯金 I know I've seen that word somewhere before. 貯金 something という話がネット買い something では、噂されていますが、新札発行は過去にも何度もありました。なぜ今回の新札発行で直近 something が起こりうると思われているのでしょうか？ Okay, I understand this. It took me a moment. Once I got to the second line, I understood, okay? So in 2024, they're going to be putting out new bills. So it is 新札発行, new yen bills, okay? And at the same time, right, 貯金 something という話がネットでthere's this rumor that at the same time of these new bills coming out that your savings something I know I've seen that word before. Freezing a bank account. 預金封鎖 Huh. What? Why would there be a banking 預金封鎖 freezing a bank account? Okay, 封鎖 All right. That is like closing an envelope, right? Okay. What is this word? I don't know. Kai something. Kaiwai. Netto kaiwai. Neighborhood internet? What is netto kaiwai? Internet world.
ネット界隈。
で噂されていますが、新発行の過去にand there's been many 新札発行in the past. That is true. Oops. New banknote. Yep. 発行 Right? なぜ今回新札発行で貯金封鎖が起こりうる Why would it happen? Why are people thinking that this would happen, where they would freeze your account, your savings accounts? Why would they think that? Okay. 直近封鎖をするにはマイナンバーがwhat is that? It's necessary だからですよ。It makes sense. Makes sense. In order to freeze a bank account, you need a My number. So a My number is a Japanese word for the social security number. I forgot what this is. Hitsuji or something like that? Hisu だからですよ。終戦後 at the end of the war 終戦後の、直近封鎖は1946年2月ですが、その前には1945年10月に GHQ から財産税の指令が日本政府に来ています。Okay, at the end of the war, the savings freeze was 1946 in February. However, before that, 1945 in October, from the GHQ, like property tax, Zaisan holdings, like the things that you own tax, was directed by the Japanese government. Okay, let's see how much of that I actually nailed. Deposits. Is that what that is? Deposits being blocked is choking. Oh wait, am I just hang on? I think this isn't choking. It's yoking. Yoking deposit. I keep saying choking. Okay. Yoking fusa. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, that makes a ton of sense. Deposits were blocked, but before that, property tax directive from the GHQ came to the Japanese government. Okay, all right, good. I don't know what GHQ is. これは後に日銀の発見局長が認めています。And this was confirmed by the Japan Bank Director of Hakken局長. He's confirmed this. This was later confirmed by the Bank of Japan's Ticketing Bureau. Okay. 日本銀行職場100年史 Japanese banking workplace 100-year history. Okay. によると1945年10月9日にwhat is that? Dai something Dai Kyo? I don't know what that is.
大蔵大臣
Minister of Finance に、10人死した 10人死した Okay, I don't know what that is. 10人 Assumption, taking of the office. What is 死した What is that? What is this? This is too many big. This must be a name. Is this a name? Keizo Shibusawa. Yes.
渋沢慶三
Okay. が、真剣に預金封鎖と新円切り替えを考えたのは11月と回想しています。So according to that bank book, in 1945, October 9th, the Minister of, was it Finance? Upon assuming office, his name, Shibusawa, was seriously considering freezing deposits as they switched over to the new yen. That was in November that he thought of that. I don't know what the kaiso means. Revolving thought? I don't know. He recollects. This is a little bit too complicated for me to just trust that I got it right. According to the 100-year history of bank Japanese work, Keizo Shibusawa, who took office as minister, recalls that it was November when he seriously considered blocking deposits and switching to the new yen. Okay, pretty much understood that. これにより、東証は1946年10月頃に預金封鎖を行うことで、was that 調停 調整して、いたものを先にインフレが急速に進んだもので、給料 I don't know、2月に、繰り上げて行うことになります。And based on this, at the time, around October of 1946, by freezing deposits, in order to adjust things, this is my current guess, prior to that, inflation rised sharply, and then, I don't know what that is, February, it was curtailed. No idea, Ba. No idea. 調整. Yeah. Regulated adjustment. That's fine. What's this one? Kyukyo. Hurriedly. 繰り上げる. To move up in advance. 繰り上げる is to move in advance. 行うことでした. Okay. So they moved the date up. They moved the date up is what that means, I think. As a result, the adjustment, which had originally been made by imposing a deposit blockade around October 1946, was hurriedly brought forward to February as inflation, accelerated rapidly. Makes sense? Okay. 本来なら1946年10月までの間に、一部の資産家や政治家は資産を逃す準備期間としては、十分であろうと考えられていたところに繰り上げになりましたが、彼らには抜け道が用意されることになります。Wow, this is very complicated. I think if you say 本来なら, you mean like if it had actually worked out well in reality. I don't know. Never really thought about that. By all rights, properly speaking, legally speaking, okay? In the time frame of that 1946 October, a portion of capitalist holding people, I don't know, Shisanka, and the government officials, they had time to sell off, I'm guessing, Nogasu. I don't know what Nogasu means here. They had a period where they could sell off their property, a portion of them. Some wealthy people and publishers are preparing to flee their assets. Okay. Is that actually Nogasu? Nigasu. Oh, let go of. Let go of. Yeah, Nigasu. Sorry. Should have known that. It was thought that there was enough, it would be enough time for, at that time, for politicians and wealthy people, Shisanka, right? They thought, a portion of wealthy people and politicians thought this would be an adequate amount of time in order to let people get rid of their things. But because it accelerated, it ended up becoming a way for them to escape. I have no idea. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. It was originally thought that people would have enough times for some wealthy people and places to prepare to flee their assets, but they were given a loophole. Okay, but they were given a loophole. Why is that? Why is this here? And it was moved up. Them thinking that they had enough time and that it was being moved up, it gave them a loophole. I guess this is what that means. GHQ, yeah, is that Ogura Sho? Was that the same word we had earlier, right? Ogura Sho?
大蔵省
大蔵省、に対して政治的に働きかけて一部の人間は封鎖解除してもらうことがあったそうです。Apparently, it seems that a portion of people had the blocking released by I guess hataraki kakeru might be, feels like it'd be putting pressure on government is my guess, but I don't know. Political pressure in regards to the Ministry of Finance. There was a section of people that had that prevent the freezing released. It seems that some people were able to politically lobby. So hataraki kakeru might be to lobby the GHQ management to have the blockade lifted. Okay, so I did understand that. 平成元年2月8日の日経産業新聞に Is that Tosai? I don't know. された福田 something を元首相 the previous minister 当時は大倉官僚 a bureaucrat of the ministry of finance at that time の回想で明らかにされています。In his recollections, Fukuda, the previous prime minister, and at that time he was a bureaucrat of the Ministry of Finance, according to what he had said in the Japan Economic Industry newspaper in the original year of the Heisei era, February 8th, that became understood. That thing that we just said about the people getting the blockade lifted. This was revealed in recollections of Takeo Fukuda, prime minister, then the finance official, published in the Nikkei Sangyo Shimbun. Okay. Oh, I love how they turned Heisei Gannen into 1989. Okay. Fukuda Takeo wa GHQ ya Yoshida something ni yobi dasarete. What is that? Ben something? Sara something? I don't know. に測るように、認められることが、たびたびあったそうです。And from time to time 求められる。There were times where they were requesting to measure the something. Yeah, so Fukuda was called by Yoshida and the GHQ to saying that from time to time he was called and requested to measure the whatever the hell that word is. Bengi, convenience, accommodation, advantage, benefits. So that must be a whole phrase. Bengi o hakaru, provide convenience.
便宜を図る
Sounds like they're asking for favors. It is said that Takeo Fukuda was often called upon by the GHQ and Shigeru Yoshida to provide convenience. Wow. Was he a prostitute? That sounds crazy. Wow. What does that mean, to provide convenience? I don't even know what that means. このような経営somethingを考えても外国人は面詰めされた I have no idea と考えるのがwhat is that 相当でしょう相当でしょう something like that このような経営ブラーを考えても外国人は面詰めされたという考える It might be proper to think that this is my guess that foreigners were pushed out even considering I don't know I'm not even gonna try on this one. It's too much. If you consider this background, it would be reasonable to assume foreigners were exempted. Exempted, not pushed out. Okay. Exempted. So let's see.
このようないきさつを考えても外国人は免責されたと考えるのが妥当でしょう。
I thought menseki, that must be a different kanji then. Yeah, it is a different kanji. Menseki is the area of a room or something like that. Is it dato? Was that she
こ
said?
のようないきさつを考えても外国人は免責されたと考えるのが妥当でしょう。
Dato. Reasonable. Dato. Dato na setsume. I've heard that before. This word right here though is ikisatsu. Circumstance, situation. All right. Now, additionally, 預金封鎖が実施されている中でも9円で株を買い新円で売り抜けることが可能だったので、そのような抜け道を教えてもらって財産投資をsomething入れた人がいたそうです。 Okay, I understood this one. I don't know all the words, but and during this time where there was a freeze on deposits, you could buy stock with the old yen, right, and then sell it with the and receive money for the. It was possible to receive money with the new yen, and that was a loophole that was that Zai-san. I think that means cap. So it's like throwing income. Zai-san. Botsunyu. I don't know. That's investors, I'm pretty sure though. Zai-san. Boshu. Oh my god. Completely not what I thought it was. Moratte boshu. Oh, so this is actually the word to be exempted right here. Because it was that menseki word, but I just don't know how to read it. Manugareru. Escaped. Manukareru. So there are people that escaped the forfeiture of their boshu. Okay, I'm gonna remember that now. I know the word boshu. I don't think I've ever really seen it written out. Zai-san boshu. So there's people that got. So were they taking away? Were they taking away people's property and stuff? That's crazy. But anyway, if you bought stock with the old yen and sold it for the new yen, there were people that heard about this loophole and were able to escape getting their assets taken away. Asset, that's the right word. 今は日本で預金封鎖をするにはマイナンバーで事前に区分けしていればこんな手段は、かかりませんからマイナンバーは絶対に something させたいでしょうね。I think they want it to spread. I don't know. Is it not a requirement that you have to get a social security number in Japan? I don't know. In Japan now, in order to do the deposit blocking, you have to have been distributed a My Number. Wait. Kuwake shite ireba, if they have that. In order to block deposit, it would be necessary to classify them using My Number in advance. That's what the kuwake is, classify. Previously. Konna temadan? Is it temadan? Temahima. Temahima. Huh. Temahima. Wa kakarimasen kara. It won't take that much effort to get at my number, so please, I would like you to please Shinto, damn it. Permeation. Doesn't take that much time and effort, so you should definitely want to spread the My Number system. 必要なのはマイナンバー制度で全ての金融資産口座 something 系を、義務化して so they want to make it obligatory. What's necessary is that this My Number system needs to be obligatory for all financial asset accounts. And foreigners 外国人の、財産を没収対象外として and assuming that foreigner assets being taken is outside of that discussion 国際的に孤立を避けることであり that because that would prevent Japan from becoming isolated. It'll avoid Japan being isolated internationally. これが実現する方が大事。It's more important to make this become a reality. 新札発行 の、時期には around the time that the new bills are released、間に合わないでしょうね。We won't have enough time for that. 対策は、外資タンス貯金がかゴールドか。The measure around this is foreign currency drawer deposit. In other words, keeping it inside your dresser, or gold. Wait a minute. Does this mean that the yen that I have right now in America will not be allowed in Japan? Or does that mean that my yen will become worthless? 政府が直近封鎖を計画しているのは、間違いありません。It is not a mistake that the Japanese government is going to block deposits. Whew. What's needed is a My Number system that makes it compulsory to link all financial assets to accounts. Got that. Goals to avoid international isolation by accepting foreign assets. Got that. It's important that this happens. Okay. Will it not be in time for the issuance of a new one? The measure is probably foreign currency. It's missing the whole. It's missing the in a drawer. Or currency savings or gold. Huh. I guess I don't really understand why they need to do that. どうして必要? Okay. 預金封鎖は主に2つの目的により行われます。Deposit blocking is performed primarily for the following two reasons. 商品の価格が急速に上昇するハイパーインフレを抑える狙いがあります。One is the target of holding back hyperinflation on the cost of goods going up substantially fast. ブラジルで起きた預金封鎖はハイパーインフレが一つの要因であると言われています。The deposit blocking that happened in Brazil, it is said that the hyperinflation was one of the reasons. 2は the second or 2つは I'm not sure how we read that. 封鎖した預金をsomething 収することで国の財赤字を補うというものです。It compensates for the why can't I read that? 財事赤字? I'm not sure, but it's in other words, they're in the red, for something like, so they're saying for the blocked deposits. Does this mean also taking them? Choshu collection. I'm not sure what this all means. To make up for the national budget deficit. By collecting block deposits. It collects the block deposits?
2は封鎖した預金を徴収することで国の財政赤字を補うというものです。
It doesn't seem like they could just take the money. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, I actually have to deposit blocking Japan. Like, I don't understand. Deposit outflows. This is from 2016 though. Japan block deposits. New currency. Okay. Digital currency. Digital currency is only going to work when the government does it. It'll never be Bitcoin, I think. Group of Chinese source will issue digital currency by July 2024 for the transaction and settlement of clean energy certificates. Okay, that's not it. Japan bakes mold digital currency. I don't want. Let me hang on. New bills. 2024. Oops. Okay, here's a close thing. Ooh. The new 10,000 yen note is slated to debut in 2024. Features Eiichi Shibusawa, known as the father of Japanese capitalism. Looks like every old Japanese man. Japan's first redesigned banknote since 2004, introducing a new portrait subjects and hologram technology to combat counterfeiting, will go into circulation in the first half of July. To continue reading. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you gonna do this to me? Can I just block this? Can I just delete this element? I tried. Oh no! It figured it out. It figured it out, guys. It knew what I was doing. Finance Minister Shinzo revealed approximate release date during a press release. Okay. Okay. I gotta figure out this Yokin Fusa. I don't understand what this means. Is it Yokin Fusa? English. Deposit block. Freezing a bank account in Japanese. Freezing bank accounts. Freezing. Okay. Japan to freeze deposits. That's Russian banks. All right. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually going to happen. Is that coming up enough? No 可能性。現在のところ日本で預金封鎖起こる可能性は低いと見られています。It seemed low that this is going to happen. そこから一気にハイパーインフレにはなりにくいからです。Because it's difficult. It would be hard for it to all of a sudden have us to have hyperinflation. 日本のインフレ率は2022年の 2.3 から2023年は 2% に下がる予想しています。ハイパーインフレーションの長期封鎖は行われる主な原因の一つです。Yeah, hyperinflation is one reason to block deposits, the main reason to block deposits, but in Japan, the inflation rate in 2022 was 2.3%, and in 2023, it's predicted to be lowered down to 2%. Okay, so it's probably not going to happen. Whew, that was a lot of work mentally right now. But now I'm much more financially smart. What's the word I'm looking for? I have more. Oh, sorry. My screen was. How long has my screen been like that? I'm so sorry. Did I just do that? I hope I just did that. Okay. Oof. That was pretty good. We went from religion to economics, and I feel like that was the right way to go. When you yama o agaru, make sure you watch out for the kuma in the... I need to stop reading Glaceon's very ADHD comments. I am projecting, of course, my own ADHD. Okay, so Jantama is a mahjong game. Okay, good. You wonder how all Japanese make pizza? It's really good, Glaceon. Get the triple curry corn cheese pizza. So good. Japan will be okay. Pizza La and Domino's and those places, they'll survive. It's all these new places that started up that are probably dropping off of existence, so it'll be good. All right, guys. Oh, all my lights. Every one of my lights, all of a sudden, aren't connected to Wi-Fi, so I can't turn them off. Whatever. That's why I've got to put them on this system. This system never fails. So we're gonna go full lights today, apparently.
Japanese ZZ39, Japanese ZZ39, Japanese ZZ39, Japanese ZZ39, Japanese ZZ39, Japanese ZZ39. Doing a day particle in the first usage is to mark the location where the action takes place.
I feel you, Bo. I feel you, Bo. Yo, it's okay. How do I say this? I feel you, Bo. But you know what? Take the time to get to know yourself. Like, understand the things you like and don't like. Because once you understand yourself, you know how to take care of yourself when you find the person for you. I'm not gonna lie. Try to get along her. I'm staying in Bangkok. Just don't give yourself away too fast. No, because like sometimes girls flirt in a way of being like homies, but they definitely flirting. But sometimes girls actually mean it when they say homie
Japanese
or king
ZZ39,
or like bro,
Japanese
bye.
ZZ39.
So you never know. So like take your chance.
어떻게 그렇게 외국어를 잘하시는 거야?
Dear Lord, I just pray over everyone who came on this live today who was anointed and divinely appointed to be here. And I pray blessings over their day and just a feeling of peace.
That shit. That shit.
I already made this video once, but I was crying too much and I felt like it was reductive. So I'm doing it again. I am so disgusted and ashamed. Let me make this clear. I would never betray you guys like that. I would rather go broke than suck corporate dick.
That shit.
We are all suffering under this capitalistic hellscape.
Actually, learning a language is dirty. It'll never be clean. You'll always feel like you didn't do enough or you made too many mistakes. But in the end, you have to remember, language is a tool to communicate and not an art to master.
Go follow me on Instagram and get my book if you're a girl. You'll love it.
That shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
We are all suffering under this capitalistic hellscape.
Buckle up. Buckle up. Buckle up. We're doing toe particle in the most simple uses using the and when listening now. Buckle up. Japanese ZZ39. Japanese ZZ39.
They definitely flirting. Do she miss me? They definitely flirting. You feel me? She might not like you. Do she miss me? Do she miss me?
What is Tagalog? What is Tagalog? I'm staying in Bangkok. I'm staying in Bangkok. What is Tagalog? Tagalog? You are so stupid and boring. You have to go stop at your home and don't turn on the phone. You can stay behind the phone and typing something like what is Tagalog? I don't like what is Tagalog? Get out, just get out from this life. Bye. Wow, girl, you're so strong. Wow, girl, you're so strong. Are you Korean? Yes, I'm Korean. Are you Korean? Yes, I'm Korean. What is Tagalog? What is Tagalog? What is Tagalog? 난 말없하 20秒. 난 말없하 20秒. I'm staying in Bangkok.
Exactly.
No. Let me set the record straight. Japanese is not easy. It is a lot of work. But
Exactly.
if you learn some patterns and you learn some tricks, it can
Exactly.
make it easier. Trying to avoid mistakes is like trying to avoid putting spice on your food.
Exactly.
You have to make mistakes.
Exactly.
Mistake factory.
Exactly. Let me make this clear. I would never betray you guys like that. I would rather go broke than suck corporate dick. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. We are all suffering under this capitalistic hellscape.
Buckle up.
All right. Even though I have no ability to turn off my lights, I had a lot of fun. All right, guys, I'll see you later on my other channel while I start working on my other things. And then if you're not here for that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Japanese ZZ39. Japanese ZZ39. Buckle up. Buckle up. Buckle up. We're doing toe particle, the most simply using
Yo, it's okay. How do I say this? I feel you, bro. But you know what? Take the time to get to know yourself.
What is Tagalog like? What is Tagalog?
Understand the things you like.
What is Tagalog?
Once you understand yourself, you know how to take care of yourself.
Wow,
when
girl,
you
you're
find
so strong.
space for you.
Get out.
I'm not
Get
gonna
out.
lie.
Just get out from this life. What is Tagalog? What is Tagalog?
Just
What
don't get
is Tagalog?
too fast.
어떻게 그렇게 외국어를 잘하시는 거야?
Yeah.
Trying to avoid mistakes is like trying to avoid putting spice on your food. You have to make mistakes.
What is
Be
Tagalog?
a mistake factory.
What is Tagalog? 난 말없하 20秒. 난 말없하